Mora. A 5'9" junior from Katy, Texas, number 22, Katie Skinner. A 5'6" junior from College Station, Texas, number 24, Raynette Hughes. And number 35, a 5'10" senior from the Woodlands, Texas, Katie Gunther. The Comets are coached by Polly Thomason. Now the starters for your Wheaton College Thunder. Number 2, a 5'4" senior from Montgomery, Illinois, Kirsten Madsen. A 5'11" senior from East Peoria, Illinois, number 15, Jordan Myroth. Number 23, a 5'9" senior from Raleigh, North Carolina, Christy Dembski. A 6'2" senior from Manito, Illinois, number 32, Jill Berg. And number 34, a 6'1" senior from Batavia, Illinois, Hannah Frazier. The Thunder is coached by Kent Madsen. The officials for tonight's game, John Kaleo, Brad Tickrington, and Jeffrey Nix.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside King Arena here on the campus of Wheaton College, where we are excited for tonight's matchup between the number 14th ranked Wheaton College Thunder and the number 12 ranked University of Texas at Dallas Comets. Thank you for joining us tonight on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. My name is Abram Erickson. I'm here alongside my partner, Don Crowder, and we are excited to get this one going tonight. As you heard the starting lineups just a minute ago, it'll be Kirsten Madsen, Jordan Myroth, Christy Dembski, Jill Berg, and Hannah Frazier for the Thunder. A lot of familiar faces there as the team starts 5 seniors tonight. Over on the Comets side of the ball, we've got Mia Spinato, Victoria Pena, Kelly Skinner, Raynette Hughes, and Katie Gunther. Once again, the season opener here inside King Arena for both of these teams. It's the first ever matchup between the Comets and the Thunder. The Comets up north, traveling from Dallas to face off tonight against Wheaton, and then tomorrow at 4 p.m. against the University of Chicago. We'll go to tip-off, and it goes immediately to Hannah Frazier. The Thunder will start off the season with the ball here with 10 minutes in the first quarter. Berg has it on the wing, up top to Madsen. Looking to move the ball to the right wing to Myroth. Now Myroth penetrates into the lane, an early foul, and that's offensive. The Comets will get the ball back and get a defensive stop.
Yeah, and that just shows a little bit of hesitancy there for the Wheaton Thunder. They've got to play a little bit more smart than that. They don't want to start off any of these drives with an offensive foul.
Pena will bring the ball up now for the Comets. Pena, the 2-time reigning ASC East Player of the Year, 15.7 points per game last year. First shot of the game goes up. Offensive rebound now by the Comets. And now it's tied up underneath the basket. And the Comets will keep the ball as they come out firing. That was Raynette Hughes who attempted the 3-point shot, and then Katie Gunther grabbed the offensive rebound. We'll now see an out-of-bounds play from the baseline. It goes to Hughes. He is now in the quarter, guarded by Berg. Back up top. That's Skinner. Over to Hughes once again. And there's a travel. Hughes will be called for that one. It'll go back to the Thunder. 45 seconds in this game. Still no score.
2 turnovers there. Really nothing going offensively for either of these teams, but as these teams get more comfortable, I think that we'll see a couple more plays, a couple better shots as this game progresses.
Myroth will take it now for Wheaton. Over to Frazier on the wing. Frazier back up top to Madsen. Pass inside, it's tipped up and taken away by the Comets. Looking ahead to Hughes. Hughes fumbles the ball, and it's off the end line.
Just pre-game jitters right there. First game of the season, Abram, right now, and that was not a pass that had to be that hard. couldn't capitalize right there on the really great steal.
Yeah, and Don, these are two great teams, as we know, matched up against each other. There's going to be some pregame jitters, as this is a highly touted matchup between the number 12 and number 14th ranked teams in the nation in Division III. Berg, a skip pass all the way to the other side. Dembski, quick release, and she knocks it down. And so the first points of the night and of the Thunder season come from Christy Dempsey on the triple. Dallas looking to answer. Up top now to Pena, guarded by Myroth. Little step back, looking inside. Myroth got a piece of the ball, and there's an errant pass. Stays with the Comets, and another travel as Dallas just can't seem to get anything going.
And look at that bench right there for Wheaton. Everyone getting up off that. The atmosphere at King Arena right now is electric.
The Thunder look to slow things down here. 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Myroth looking to go to Frazier on the block. Frazier, a great cut underneath from Madsen, and Madsen finishes off the layup.
Typically someone we see on the outside, on the arc, knocking down threes, but right there, great cut, great shot.
5-0 the Thunder lead. Up in the middle to Gunther. Gunther on the drive, and there's the foul. Looks like it was before the shot. That'll go on the baseline. You'll see it here.
Yeah, just driving in right there. Frazier's going to get her on the back. Good call from the referee.
Now we see Pena throwing it in once again. We've seen them try to target Gunther early. Jump shot from the free throw line by Hughes, no good. Berg with the rebound. Berg will take it up herself as Hughes was pressuring Myroth all the way up the floor. Now Berg is trapped. She's up near half court. Gets the ball off to Dembski. Once again, we see Frazier on the block, battering there against Gunther. Madsen in the corner, looking to make something happen against Spinato. Rotated around, Myroth. Now to Madsen. Madsen drives in, little floater from the free throw line, off the rim twice, and it's in.
Madsen's been super explosive right now, and I'm really liking what she's bringing right now.
7-0 run from the Thunder, and that's our score. Three-pointer up and gets no rim, as that's all backboard, and once again the Thunder bench erupts, as that's a quick shot for Dallas. Not a great possession. Myroth inside. Raina Hughes going to get called for the foul. And this is similar to the foul that Frazier committed just a second ago. Just a little too much body there on the drive. The Thunder will inbound from the sideline with 6:59 to go in the quarter. It's over to Frazier on the wing. Frazier down low. Another foul called. Looks like it's against UT Dallas once again. See if we can take a look at where it is.
Yeah, Berg's just going to get it outside there. Couldn't quite catch it.
Myroth now from the baseline. We'll see who the Thunder look to target on in this inbounds play. It's just going to come up to Berg around the elbow. Now Frazier up top, drives to the right, picks up her dribble. Now Berg, big mismatch down on the block. Out to Dembski. Dembski another three, and she hits this one too. 2 in a row, and it's a 10-0 run for the Thunder. UT Dallas forced to take a timeout. And it's been all Thunder so far. The Thunder 3 for 3 on field goals. UT Dallas 0 for 4. We've seen turnovers on both sides, but the Thunder have been able to capitalize. Here's the first three-pointer from Dembski. And then we just saw the one that she hit a moment ago. You'll get it here. Excuse me, that's the great layup on the cut by Madsen. And then there's the three by Dembski.
Well, it's so tough right now for UT Dallas. They have to contend with Jill Berg and Hannah Frazier down low. Two tall players, two really great players. And so the defense is going to collapse, and that's why Dempsey is getting these open shots, and she can make them every time.
It's been all Dembski and Madsen so far as they've combined for all 10 points. Haven't been able to get Hannah Frazier involved yet, the reigning CCIW Player of the Year. She's been kept in check thus far by Gunther. Back in play, we get this one up top to Dove. Now Pena looking to drive into the lane, penetrates, kicks it out. Three-pointer attempted, that one just barely grazes the rim, and a rebound by Madsen underneath. Madsen picks up her dribble, has nowhere to go, finds Dembski, and there's the travel. She moved her feet. Didn't set the pivot foot after the catch.
Yeah, good eye there from the referee. Not many people able to spot those. They're focused on where the ball is going, but Dempsey's got to make sure those feet are set first.
See number 34 in Ketch-O'Kee come in the game for the Comets with 6 minutes left in the quarter. Spinato up top over to Skinner. Skinner's guarded by Berg. And now over here to Pena. We see the ball in her hands a lot of this time early. Now dribbling underneath along the baseline. And the foul here, I think, is going to go against Frazier. I think that one's just going to come as Frazier put the body on Pena. She came across the baseline. Now we'll see Anna Swider replace Frazier, who's already got 2 fouls. Tipped at the line, but that's going to work out well for Dallas as Spinato is going to get their first bucket on the night. And now we see Nia Dove checking Myroth at the full court, trying to get it down low to Berg. Berg swarmed by 2 players. Dembski puts up another 3. This one rims out. Great rebound underneath. Kicked out, and that's going to be a foul. Good offensive rebound down on the block by Hannah Swider.
And Hannah Swider, another of these guards for Wheaton that's just a very tall player, 5'10". She could be playing forward for a lot of teams, but using her size there to get the rebound, great job.
Over to Dembski. Dembski passes it back outside, and now it's Swider. Dembski skip pass over to Myroth. Myroth drives in, and that'll be a foul against Dove. Just a hand check there as she comes in with the right hand on the hip of Myroth. Already 4 team fouls for UT Dallas and 3 for the Thunder. Into Berg. Myroth takes it up top. Picks up her dribble now with nowhere to go, and that's going to result in a turnover for the Thunder.
I'm really liking the defense played by Nia Dove so far in this game. Really tenacious, really aggressive. It's going to be a lot for her to keep Myroth on her toes.
Over to Dove now. O'Kee sets the screen, little pick and roll action. Jumper taken, no good, but an offensive rebound, and that'll be a travel. They said Skinner traveled as she went down to pick up that ball.
And we've seen UT Dallas getting on the offensive boards quite a few times, really feeling that absence of Hannah Frazier right now, who is outside with 2 fouls.
And now we'll see some full court pressure from Dallas. We'll go over to Swider now, who will not be guarded. She'll bring it up past half court. Madsen on the wing. Jill Berg flashes towards the middle. And now she'll get the ball on the block. Little drop step now, looking for somewhere to go. Skip pass out to Swider. Swider drives in but has to back out. Now Dembski. Pass to Myroth on the baseline. Outside to Madsen. Just 4 on the shot clock. Short jumper for Madsen is off. And a travel. Now ball security been a big issue for UT Dallas already. We've seen them called now for 3 traveling violations.
Yeah, and that one really hurts, especially Hughes had that ball. She really had a good lane going forward. She had runners. For that one to get called back, especially when they're already down 8 points, is not a good sign.
Myroth now having trouble getting it in. Goes to Zeller in the corner. Bonnie Zeller, the junior, just checked in. Swider out beyond the 3-point line. That pass almost picked off by Hughes. Over to Myroth now, back up top to Madsen, and we've seen now a deep 3 pulled by Zeller will be an air ball. Not going to catch any of the rim there, but we've seen a lot of ball movement by this Thunder team. They're able to pass it around the key. They haven't had a lot of trouble with balls being picked off, but we have seen a couple. They've got to continue to be strong with their passes.
Yeah, they're applying a really nice 5-out offense right now. They're passing around, they're cutting in. They're going to get a lot of open looks as it keeps coming. They've been hitting shots early, and they want to keep that momentum going forward.
Pena bringing it up now with 4 minutes. Jacqueline Sanjul just checked in for the Thunder. She's providing the defense there. Over to Pena once again. Screen from Skinner. And there's the foul. Looks like that one will go on Sanjul just as she came in.
Yeah, that's right. Just trying to fight around the screen. That was a good screen set. And well done to draw the foul on Sanjul.
Inbound coming from Emma Warnsman. Step back jumper from past the elbow. Bounces once off the rim. Big rebound by Jill Berg. The Thunder want to move fast. Sanjul has it. Outlet pass now to Madsen. Top to Berg. And now a good cut by Sanjul inside. Goes back out to Swider. Swider working across the middle, and we've seen the referees are going to call those hand check fouls. They've been doing so all night, and it's no different now.
Yeah, we'll see the first free throws in the game here as well. Hannah Swider in her sophomore year now. These could be some big points.
First one is up and off the back of the rim. Swider shot 71% from the free throw line last year. We'll see her second attempt. That one is good. That'll bring our score to 11-2. Spinato checks back in the game. She'll replace Skinner. Another substitution will bring back in Katie Gunther. And Pena, who we've mentioned before, such a good player, has yet to been able to get anything to go. Hughes on the drive. Rebound, Berg, out to Sanjul. Once again, trying to move fast. Now she'll slow it down once she passes half court. Out to Swider. Now inside to Berg. Berg faces up on the elbow, drives right. Looks to find someone to go to. Swider just being able to snag that pass before it gets over to half court. Good pump fake there, driving in. Back out to Madsen. Madsen jumper off the back of the rim. Big rebound by Pena. Pena works her way back into the middle. Stutter stepping. And a great pass to the inside. Reverse layup doesn't go. Gunter gets her own rebound. Puts it back up. Off the rim once again, but Hughes there. A big block now from Berg. We'll give the Thunder the ball back.
And let's get that block party started. Wheaton, one of the best blocking teams in all divisions last year, and Berg gets it rolling.
Good third effort there as now the ball's thrown away by Madsen. Hughes has it out front. It's just Hughes and Sanjul goes up, and Hughes with the easy left-handed layup. 11-4 now with 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Out to Berg on the wing. Good backdoor cut by Swider there. The skip pass goes to Madsen. Now Sanjul in the corner. Shot clock down to 6. In the middle to Berg, and that pass is taken away. Seen a couple interceptions now as the Comets are able to clog the passing lanes. Pena, 2-point shot. Foot was on the line, and now Berg able to rip it away from Gunther. Zeller, a handoff to Madsen. Berg swings it over to Madsen. Kirsten Madsen back up top to Swider. Once again, we see the Thunder go deep in the shot clock. Now, Sanjul, a great crossover and an offensive foul. That ball was going to be picked off either way. You see Hughes gets the hand on it there.
Yeah, I think Sanjul just took off a little bit early. She might have been able to take that all the way to the rim, but sometimes in this game it hurts to be unselfish.
Madsen will take her first break of the night. Zeller comes out as well. Myroth and Dembski are back in for the Thunder. Hughes has it up top, goes over to Gunther. Gunther takes the jump shot, and that rattles in after bouncing off the front of the rim there. 11-6. The Thunder lead. Up by 5 with less than a minute to go in the first quarter. Swider. Ball's rotated over to Dembski. Dembski, a great pass inside to Berg. Berg shields off Gunther for the 2-point bucket. And there's a steal by Swider. Swider pushing it up the left side of the court. And a foul called on Spinato.
That's a good foul there. We're going to see Swider just really heads-up play, driving in. And the foul is initiated before any sort of a shot there. We'll still see Swider at the line, 1 for 2 tonight. Look to see if she can improve that percentage here.
Both two teams in the bonus now with 5 fouls. Swider is on the money for the first shot. Number 30, Taylor Sanders, wanted to check in there after that first shot. Referee will send her back to the scorer's table as Swider takes her second. 2 for 2 for Hannah Swider, and now Sanders will check in for Berg. And Dove will come in for Spinato.
And those free throws almost acting like a timeout here for Wheaton. They gave up a couple of points here, but they were able to stall the game a little bit and then add 2 more of their own.
Pena now looking for someone to go to. Up top to Warnsman. Over to Pena now, drives in with the left hand. Good double team on the baseline. Swing pass all the way over to the other corner. Dove, a shot rebounded by Sanjul. 9 seconds to go. Sanjul guarded there and stolen, taken away by Raynette Hughes. And she puts the layup in. The time will expire here in the first quarter, but the Thunder finish quarter 1 with a 7-point lead. They're up 15-8 over the University of Texas Dallas Comets.
And I mean, we would be looking at 15-6, but what a great play there. Heads up play by Hughes just to notice that Sanjul is kind of isolated. And I really liked at the end how they were trying to go with the press. They didn't want Wheaton to score any more points to end that quarter, but overall, really strong start from Wheaton, a quarter in which the majority of minutes played without their star, Hannah Frazier.
Exactly right, Don. And Raynette Hughes there flashing a little of the reason why she was the American Southwest Conference Defensive Player of the Year last year, but I think the big story so far is how they've held Pena to no points in this one. 15.7 points per game last year for the guard. But tonight, she's got nothing, as we've seen a mixture of Sanjul as well as Myroth guarding her, and they've done a great job.
And I mean, those two names, those are really some of the premier defensive players on this Wheaton team. Jordan Myroth specifically doing very well. Always a player that you can count on to have a very wide spread of stats: assists, rebounds, steals, blocks, and of course, points. So very crucial right now for Wheaton to hold this really great offense of UT Dallas to only 8 points in the first quarter.
The Thunder will look to start the second quarter with Swider, Dembski, Myroth, Madsen, and Sanders out on the floor. So a little smaller starting lineup, but looks like UT Dallas is going to come out as well without a big size advantage. Swider will inbound from the sideline as we look to get things going here in quarter number 2. Dembski, good behind the back dribble to work some space from Pena. We see already a lot of defensive pressure from Dove there on Madsen. Myroth gets around her defender. Handoff inside, out to the corner. That short corner jump shot from Madsen, and this one is good. We've seen her attempt that twice tonight already, and the third time's the charm as Madsen knocks in another bucket to make the lead 17-8. Hughes forced to make a bad pass there. Good defense by Swider and also by Sanders. Dembski takes control of the ball around half court. Outside now to Madsen. Madsen trying to go left, but Dove printing great defense. There's the shot, and now picked off on the outlet pass.
And there it is, Myroth tracking back, just using her size to pick that one off.
Myroth, a great crossover. She's inside, kicks it out to Swider, who gets it over to Dembski. And that one is off the back of the rim. Dembski, 2 for 4 from behind the arc tonight. Deep corner 3 by Dove, and that one, once again, off the back of the rim. Over to Dembski. Dembski in the corner to Sanders. Swider gets the screen from Sanders now and pulls up with her foot on the line. And there's the offensive rebound. The 9th rebound of the night for the Thunder. The Thunder will keep things as that ball is tipped by Hughes before it goes out of bounds.
And a couple of times so far this Wheaton team, we've been hearing the crowd chanting down as the shot clock goes down. They're so good at spending time on the clock. And while they have this lead, it's going to be really important time management, even in the second quarter.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that's been different from both of these teams. UT Dallas seems a little rushed, pulling off shots early in the shot clock. There's another steal by Hughes. Hughes one-on-one with Dembski. Pena back to Hughes, and the layup is out. Hughes gets her own rebound, but it's blocked. Oh, and the referee going to call a foul there. We'll see on the replay. Looked almost like all ball. There we do see maybe hitting the right wrist. We'll see if this one's on Dembski or on Myroth. Looks like they'll give it to Dembski.
Well, Hughes with 5 rebounds already. And as a guard, very impressive from her.
Hughes knocks down the first one. Closes the lead to 8. But her second rattles off the rim. Rebound by Berg. Now Myroth looking to blow by Hughes. Outside to Sanders. And we already see Berg coming down as asserting her presence on the block. Drop step. Passes it back out to Sanders. Sanders looks for Berg in the corner. Madsen a good cut. Now underneath the basket. Goes back to Dembski. Dembski, three-pointer off the front iron. No one's able to corral the rebound as it goes off the sideline. With 7:40 to go, the Thunder still lead 17-9.
Yeah, and that's still a good shot from Christy Dembski. She's 40% tonight from behind the arc. She's got 6 points, leading the team. And she really just needs to keep taking that, keep her confidence up.
Here's now across the middle, and that's going to be a carrying violation against Hughes. Don't see that one called often there, but as we've seen already, these referees committed to keeping a tight game.
Yeah, and I think they have to. Number 14 versus number 12 here. You want to make sure that nothing isn't called. You really have to keep a tight game in those situations. If you're the referee, you can't get out of hand, especially when you have these two top quality teams playing each other.
Dembski now dribbling, and there's the foul against Pena. So we see it there again. Pena picking up her first foul, but already 7 fouls on the night for the Comets. Dembski gets it into Myroth. Myroth going to her right. Hughes sliding over to get in front. Frazier is checked back in the game. Now she works inside. Scoop layup is no good. Over the back called against Dembski. She just reached over the shorter player. Pena called for the foul.
Yeah, that's a good call, but I still like the aggressiveness from Dembski. She's got to make sure that she gets in there and tries to get the offensive rebound. And those are the tenacious plays that Coach Madsen loves from his players.
Pena still scoreless. She's 0 for 2 from the field. Guarded by Myroth up top. Now Oki has it. Hughes behind the three-point line. Screen and a switch. Now driving in. Pena. Layup and a foul. The Thunder not happy about that call.
Well, look who it is right here. Berg denying anything right there, but I think Myroth might have got her on the arm beforehand. So now 2 free throws at the line for Pena.
I think you're right, Don. Looked like a clean block from Berg, but maybe a foul in the strip by Myroth. Pena, 80% from the line last year. Knocks down the first free throw. We'll see if cracking the lid here on scoring with 2 points now is going to change things for Pena, maybe open her game up a little bit. The Thunder lead is down to 6, the smallest that it's been in a while. Swider dribbles to her right, gets a screen from Berg, and they switch. Madsen on the wing, over to Myroth in the corner. The Thunder continue to pass it around the key. Outside now to Frazier. Frazier takes a three-pointer. It's short. Good rebound by Myroth. Goes right back up with the left hand and puts that one in. Pena comes down quickly. Little hesitation dribble, and now up off the glass. Berg is there. Berg with 7 rebounds on the night already. UT Dallas wanted over and back violation, excuse me, there. They don't get it. Dove guarding Madsen. Up to Frazier. 8 on the shot clock. Now down to Frazier in the post. She's double teamed. Out to Swider. 3 now. Swider doesn't realize it, and that's a shot clock violation against the Thunder.
Yeah, and that's what's dangerous about taking this much time. Sometimes you just lose awareness for how much time really is left on the shot clock. I think Swider might have had an open shot there that she could have gotten off, but just in that mindset, they want to get the best look possible, and sometimes you don't have that luxury.
So it's a good defensive stop for UT Dallas. Over to Pena. Pena gets the screen from O'Keefe. Mia Dove outside, goes to the left. Step back jumper. Up, and there's Hughes once again for the rebound. Tipped by Berg, and another block for Jill Berg as the Thunder look to go out on the run. Myroth coming down with the right hand. Back to Swider. Swider puts this one up, but it's way long. Pena now works her way up behind the back dribble. Looking for Dove up top. Dove, a three-pointer, a couple feet behind the line. Offensive rebound. Pena works around a screen, pulls up about an 18-footer. That's no good, and that tips off Raynette Hughes. Last, it'll be a Thunder inbound here on the baseline. We'll see some more pressure, it looks like, from UT Dallas. Looks like they will call it off as they just had a substitution. Warnsman comes back in the game. Swider, dribble handoff. Myroth now looking for somewhere to go. Great spin move, works her way inside, and her layup just lips out. Really good move by Myroth.
Yeah, and last season, Jordan Myroth, I think, would have passed out of that situation. So really good seeing from her that she's willing to take it to the rim, use her size, and honestly, that was a really good shot.
4:20 to go in the half. Dove is guarded by Madsen. Up to Gunther there, elbow jumper off the front of the rim. Dove gets the rebound. Pull-up jumper now. That one's long once again. And now Myroth will finally come down with it. It's 10 offensive rebounds on the night. Great pass down on the block. And a foul. And there you see Myroth dishing that one off at the right time. Frazier not able to finish it up. But she's fouled and will go to the line for 2. First one is good, and she puts the Thunder up now to 20 points. And Frazier sinks the second as well. Frazier with her first 2 points of the night. So Frazier and Pena, 2 of the biggest names in this one. 2 points apiece now. Into the corner. There's a great cut by Pena. Blocked by Berg, but Pena gets a real rebound. Pass out to Dove. Now up top, a three-pointer. Dove, another rebound. Finally, the Thunder able to control it, and it's Frazier there. Myroth dribbles across half court and tries to get it to Hannah Frazier, but Frazier wasn't looking, and it bounces over into the UT Dallas bench. I really think the Thunder are going to have to limit these offensive rebounds that UT Dallas have been getting.
It's really surprising. I mean, they do have the height advantage, and right now with Frazier and Berg on the floor at the same time, you'd think that they'd be able to corral those. But like you said, it's a really big trouble for them right now.
Spin move inside by Gunter, blocked by Frazier. Once again, we see UT Dallas the first to the floor. They pick up the loose ball. Out to Warnsman, and she hits the two-point bucket. Looked like her foot was on the line. It's 21-13.
And those ones are so tough. You made the great defensive stop. You got the block, but then just the ball finds its way out to an open shooter who connects.
Berg over to Frazier. Frazier dribbling in with the left hand, blows by the defender, and gets the and one to go. Looks like she got tapped on the head there. That's where the foul came from, able to finish it up with the left hand.
Yeah, and that's all about composure right there. Just the right hand of the UT Dallas player coming around onto her head. Great drive from Frazier. She's 2 for 2 already from the line tonight. 83% last season from the charity stripe.
And she knocks that one down, converts the and one. The Comets want to move fast as Pena comes down. Once again, Myroth checking her. She picks up her dribble. Myroth applies some pressure, but she's able to get the ball over to Warnsman. Raina Hughes moves in, blocked off the backboard by Berg. Now Frazier's got to get it off to Myroth after picking up her dribble. Myroth comes in. Zeller, a three-pointer. Just short, bounces up, but Berg is there. She has it taken away by Warnsman. Over across to Gunther. Now Gunther goes back over to Skinner. Wide open player in the corner. That's Warnsman, and there's a travel. We've seen Hughes do that a couple times tonight. She's been called on the traveling violation.
Yeah, and every time it seems it really was unnecessary. Right there, UT Dallas committing to try and run the fast break when Wheaton was already back. I think they just need to settle down, try and find a really good look, and kind of follow what Wheaton's doing in this game.
There's a tip by Hughes, and she comes down and fouls Zeller as Zeller attempting to dive after that ball. Second foul on the night by Hughes. 2 minutes to go in the half. The Thunder lead by 11. This is their largest lead of the night. They're up 24-13. Myroth, great crossover at the top of the key. Ball's tipped, but it gets to Frazier, who steps back behind the three-point line and then goes back out to Sanjul. Over to Zeller. Berg is on the block, guarded by Warnsman. 8 on the shot clock. Berg face up, moves towards the baseline. Three-pointer by Frazier is nothing but net. As Frazier on the quick release with 3 seconds on the shot clock gets that one to go.
So big for Frazier. Hasn't really gotten involved too offensively in this game, but that bucket at the end of the first half, it's going to be really good going into the locker room.
Out to Skinner. Skinner, a pass into the corner to Hughes. Hughes drives inside the paint, but then is forced out. Gets it to Pena. Pena drives in. Great off the glass. Victoria Pena gets another bucket. Now we're down below a minute. 55 seconds to go. Out to Zeller. 12-point lead for the Thunder. Berg up top. Now Frazier goes down on the block. Frazier gets it in the short corner. Lefty jumper. Rattles in and out. Rebound Hughes, and Myroth going to get called for reaching in.
Yeah, and I'm a fan of that play right there for Myroth. Stopping the fast break. Hughes is a player that we know likes to run and gun. So a good play for Myroth to stop that. Conceded the foul, but at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal.
43 seconds to go in the half. Madsen checks back in. Dembski's in as well with Swider, Sanjul, and Berg. Pena brings it up. They've got time for a 2-for-1 opportunity if they want it. Warnsman dribbles and picks up the dribble at the top of the key. Over to Skinner. Good cut from Gunther. Pena gets the ball to her, driving right. Great double team there. And a travel. She moves her feet once again as she runs into Christy Dembski.
I mean, this is the story of the game. These referees are calling everything, and they're good calls, too. And right there, once again, a needless turnover. Those could have been big points going into the locker room.
And now the shot clock is turned off. The Thunder lead by 12, 27-15, with 14 seconds to go. Sanjul drives inside, left-handed layup. It's blocked. Warnsman comes down with the rebound. 8 seconds to go. Pena pushes it up. Crosses half court at 5. Dribbles to her right, crossover, step back behind the free throw line and knocks it down right before time expires. Victoria Pena hitting a difficult shot there to bring the score to 27-17 here as we head into halftime.
And that's a really pretty bucket for her. Second field goal of the game. She's 2 for 7 on the night. And overall, as a team, UT Dallas is shooting 21.2% from the field. Certainly something that we'll expect to see be a little bit different in the second half as they look to get more efficient shots getting past this Wheaton defense.
Things have been a little sloppy as we've seen some traveling violations. We've seen even some carrying and just some other maybe senseless fouls, but It is the first game of the year, and both teams playing in their first half of basketball here in this season. It's 27-17. The Thunder lead the Comets. We're going to be back in just a couple minutes at halftime where we'll have an exclusive interview with head coach of the Wheaton men's basketball team, Mike Schauer. So make sure to stick around, as in about 8 minutes he'll be joining me down here at the table. Get a chance to sit down and talk about his expectations for this upcoming season. So once again, we'll head to a quick break now. We'll be back in just about 8 minutes for that interview. Thanks for joining us here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network.
Be inspired as you seek to make a difference in the lives of children as an elementary, middle, or high school teacher.
Be challenged by a strong academic program that prepares you for the leadership skills needed to lead a classroom.
Be equipped with the strategies and tools from experienced professors in a program that boasts a 100% passing rate for all licensure exams.
Be inspired to lead others to the Christian faith as professional English language teachers serving across the globe.
Be challenged as you dive deep into learning about other cultures while understanding how to create the bridge between English and the native language of your students.
Be equipped as you gain valuable skills and lessons from leading researchers and teachers in the field who have decades of experience and whose work spans 6 continents.
Be inspired by diving deep into the study of the Bible and understanding the theology behind our faith.
Be challenged with advanced study of biblical and theological knowledge.
Be equipped to expand your knowledge, build your academic skills, develop critical reflection, and serve for Christ in His kingdom.
Oh, welcome back inside King Arena here on the campus of Wheaton College. Thanks for joining us here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network for tonight's matchup between the Thunder and the Comets of the University of Texas at Dallas. We are privileged here to have with us at halftime head coach of the Wheaton Thunder men's basketball team, Coach Mike Schauer, to get a little chance here to talk about the Thunder's upcoming season. Coach, thank you for being with us tonight.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, and we're excited. Obviously, you're open up the season next weekend on the 15th. So as you look forward to go ahead, we know you had an incredible year last year, but moving ahead now to a totally new season, what do you expect from your team this year?
Yeah, I've been pretty encouraged, and people that know me well know I'm not one to get on the radio or anywhere else and not be not be pretty candid. So I've been really pleased with how we've played. I think our trip to Zimbabwe in May really helped us to be able to play candidly without Aston and kind of see our team develop a personality and a characteristic that doesn't include him was really helpful. So we've had 2 scrimmages and have played really well in them, and so I'm cautiously optimistic. We're really young and really inexperienced, so there's going to be some growing pains in there. But I think we've got a lot of guys that are kind of excited to kind of find their footing and their opportunity with the basketball more and more shots. So I'm actually cautiously optimistic.
Well, that's good to hear. As you said, a team, you lost about 7 seniors last year to graduation, and as you move in now, it's a class of 10 freshmen that you bring in, and starting the year really with only one senior in Jay Spencer, You talked a little bit about some new faces. There's a lot of familiar faces that are on a team that may look to see more playing time this year as you cycle in new players. Who are some of those guys that have been on the team maybe for a year or two now that fans haven't seen as much as they've not seen a ton of time during their first couple of years, but may get a chance to make an impact this year?
Yeah, I mean, really, there's nobody on our team who's returning to the same role they were in last year. Everybody's got a bigger role, and so I think Nabi Adom Ye is going to be a really special guard, and we started to see that in the practices for Zimbabwe. And one of the things that was really obvious is, he spent his entire season last year without the ball because Aston and Luke had it all the time. And now that the ball's been in his hands, he's become a really dynamic scorer. He shares the ball. He's a very unselfish player, so he's going to be a real focal point of what we're trying to do. Obviously, Jay's kind of our Swiss Army knife. He doesn't. He really doesn't have very many weaknesses. He does a little bit of everything really well, but we're going to need him to kind of step up and look for his offense a little more. He shot it really well. He's just such a cerebral player. We can kind of move him into all sorts of different responsibilities. So excited for that. Tyson Cruikshank has played really well. He's going to get a lot of the minutes at guard. Cade Alioth has been really good. He's had a double-double basically in both of our scrimmages. So there's a lot of Gavin Hawkins has played really well. So those are guys that all got playing time last year, all got opportunities to play, but are going to do in a much greater role. And obviously at some point we'll get Luke Anthony, who will help us tremendously. And I think we're a little better than people think. I think I knew that might be true, but we're actually a little better than I thought we were going to be. And so I'm pretty encouraged by it.
And you mentioned just a couple of those players that you rattled off. A lot of them are big guys, and you've got some height in guys like Hawkins and in Cade Alioth, in Jay, obviously. Some other players off the bench, guys like Thomas Lipscomb and things like that. What does that do for you size-wise, and then what can you do to look to exploit that? You didn't mention as many players at the guard position other than Nami and Tyson.
Yeah. Well, so I think, honestly, watching this tonight encouraged me a little bit. UT Dallas is struggling with our women's team's size and presence in and around the basket and length at guard. I think it just makes us, if we can learn to defend with a bigger lineup, it's just hard to get easier baskets, and we've kind of shown that in some of our scrimmages. So we're going to be big a lot. Colin Uvegas, who I didn't mention, has played really well off the bench at guard. So we will have moments that we're a little bit smaller, but the size just gives you a chance to protect the rim a little bit better and make you a little more versatile offensively.
You talked a little bit about the strength of schedule coming in. It certainly is a tough one. The CCIW is good as always. So as you look to go into some of these opening games, looking at the Leaf Fun Classic and some things like that, you open off against some tough teams. What do you want to really look for as you get through some of those first games, kind of moving forward in the season before you reach that conference schedule?
Yeah, I'm going to give you a little bit of coach speak here, but I can't, I mean it. I always want my team, the biggest thing you have as a coach is you want your team to play to its ability, whatever that is. And so I just want to see us get to our ability, which I think, again, is a little higher than maybe I anticipated coming into the season. But to worry about wins and losses and how many games you're going to win or how you match up with certain teams, that's fool's gold there. I just want us to get to our ability. And so, I'm looking forward to watching this team grow. We're going to get better and better because we have so many guys that are going to kind of be on a learning curve, and we'll just get better and better as we play more. But I just want us to get to our ability every night.
Coach, you open the year off against Principia College on the 15th. That's part of the Leaf Fund Classic. That's at 8 o'clock on next Friday. So we're going to be excited to see you here inside King Arena, looking for another great season up ahead. Thanks for being with us tonight. We're looking forward to it.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right, and we have now just a couple minutes as we head into this second half now, where Don will step back in, and we'll get a chance now to talk about a little bit of what we saw in that first half and what we expect here from the second half from both of these teams. We'll take a look here at some stats. As we mentioned before, the score 27-17 heading in. Really a really big number that we're looking at is that field goal percentage, where UT Dallas just shot 21.2% from the field, and I think a lot of that, Don, comes from just the defensive intimidation of this Thunder team. They haven't been able to get off a lot of good shots, as Jill Berg has been there. She's already got 4 blocks on the night. Some other of these really long Thunder players that, even as Coach Schauer mentioned, just making it tough for UT Dallas to get quality shots that can go in.
Well, one thing Wheaton's doing that is really great is they're switching very quickly. I think that a player like Pena, very accustomed to coming off of that screen, off of the pick and pop and making those buckets, but Jordan Myroth up top, Kristen Madsen up top as well, doing very well to switch, hedging those screens, not allowing any real good looks for either side. And I think Abram, if you look at the stats, also like a really great showing here of a first game, I think, from Wheaton, just in terms of that defensive intimidation and down low. Joe Berg and Hannah Frazier really locking things down, although as we've seen, UT Dallas still able to get a lot of offensive rebounds in this game. So it'll be very, very interesting to see what these coaches come up with during halftime, how they're going to initiate those types of game plans to get this game moving forward.
And one thing that also looks promising for the Thunder is scoring is pretty even, pretty spread out here as we head into half number 2. And really the surprise of things, I think, is that Hannah Frazier is leading the Thunder in points with 8, and it really was only about halfway through the second quarter where she scored her first bucket. She's 2 for 5 from the field. She's got 1 3, and she's got 3 free throws, and so that's what adds up to her 8 points there. Behind her is Christy Dembski and Kirsten Madsen, who each had 6. Madsen and Dembski, the 2 players that opened up the first half and really started the Thunder out on that 10-0 run that they broke out to at the beginning of this game. But as we head into this second half, I think if the Thunder can keep that defensive pressure up, but also then clean up some of their issues that they have had on offense, I think things are going to look really good for them as they move forward.
Yeah, we know this Wheaton team can score. Now the question is, can they hold this lead? Can they defend? 11 turnovers in that first half from this Wheaton side. That could just be these preseason jitters, these first game jitters, or could it be a symptom of this team? Are they careless with the ball, or is it just this is the first game, this is just the first time we've been out on the floor in King Arena? So I think you're exactly right. This is going to be the time to prove it. Can Wheaton hold this lead, and can they add on to it?
We're getting ready now. 10 seconds left just before we head to start the second half. Once again, you're watching on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network tonight's presentation of Wheaton Thunder women's basketball here between the Wheaton College Thunder and the University of Texas at Dallas Comets. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Abram Erickson here with Don Crowder on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. Texas at Dallas will begin with the ball. We'll obviously switch sides to go here, and we will see UT Dallas seeing if that other side of the floor and maybe that other bucket is going to be a little more forgiving to them in this second half than it was in the first. Pena, quick shot already. Big rebound by Berg underneath, and she pulled that rebound down over 2 UT Dallas players.
I mean, just the tallest player on the court, one of the more aggressive players on the court down low. She's going to get that every time.
Frazier on the wing, drives in, steps back and goes back out to Berg. We see her wanting to enter the post there against Gunther. Madsen back to Frazier on the wing. Dribbling across the top of the key and now trapped at the top. Gets the ball off to Dembski. Great cut inside by Madsen. Finishes off the layup. And that's the second great cut off ball that we've seen from Kirsten Madsen. Big collision down on the other side of the floor as the referee will now call an official's timeout as Christy Dembski stepped in front of that pass but then collided with Raynette Hughes. Sent them both to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, stopping what really was a nice counterattack UT Dallas, to their credit in that first half, really fun to watch moving up and down the court. But just like in the first half, that pass was picked off. We saw a lot of turnovers in that first period from them not wanting to take time.
Hughes goes in, pump fake, and she's going to be called on the travel. Hughes especially has had an issue with that tonight. And we will see if that will continue through the second half, but she had beaten Berg on the pump fake there.
And that's her 5th turnover of the night, and I think most of those turnovers are travel calls.
And we're going to see the referee blow a whistle here and stop things. We don't exactly have an indication of what exactly it was for, but the Thunder will inbound once again from the baseline, and now here's the full court pressure from the Comets. Frazier works up the sideline, reaches the top of the key, and now picks up her dribble. Madsen looking to make another good cut. Berg has it up top. Outside to Dembski. Dembski looked like she wanted to pull up for the 3. Gets it over to Madsen. 10 seconds, and that ball's tapped away by Hughes. Hughes, once again, such an adept defensive player. Comes up with another steal. Skip pass over to the other side of the court to Skinner. Down to Gunther on the block. Gunther, pump fake, works inside. Scoop layup underneath the hoop, no good. Blocked from behind by Jill Berg. And that's Berg's 5th block of the night. Myroth driving past Hughes. Offensive foul, as we're going to say Myroth came into Hughes here on the drive.
Yeah, she's going to shove that arm out. Good call there from the referee, and great stuff from Hughes, drawing that play, drawing that contact, and getting her team the ball.
29-17 with 8 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the third quarter. So a slow start to the second half, just like we saw a slow start to the first. As a great pass there from Pena finds Gunther. She's not able to finish it up, and then stolen, stripped right away by Dembski. Myroth wants to come up, but then right on the other end, Hughes is there. Hughes jump stop, power layup, gets that one to go. It's 29-19 now. Dembski guarded by Pena outside to Frazier. Frazier driving in with the left hand, getting into the lane and putting up the layup. She's fouled as it falls off the rim.
And sometimes that's all you can do. Hannah Frazier with a head full of steam just driving down. And it looks like just on the right of the arm there, she's going to get clobbered. And now 2 more free throws for Frazier. Really nothing that UT Dallas could have done about that. When Hannah Frazier wants to score, she usually finds a way.
So good on the block or on the drive, shooting from close to the hoop or from outside. A really complete player for the Thunder. She hits the first. They're going to look for her to contribute a bunch this year, as she did last year. 20 points per game, 7.4 rebounds per game, 3 assists per game, and 89 blocks, which led Division III. Incredible stat line.
And I think the stat that surprised me most looking at that was 42 three-pointers leading this Wheaton team. I would have expected to see a different name up there, but Hannah Frazier up close or behind the arc, she is just phenomenal, leading in three-point percentage as well.
31-19. Frazier extends their lead by 2. An elbow jumper off the front of the rim. Hughes gets the rebound. Out to Pena once again. Hughes has it on the drive with the left hand underneath the hoop. Bounce pass along the baseline. 3-point shot is no good as Frazier pulls it down. Sanjul working along the other side of the court. Great curl cut by Madsen. Frazier didn't see her, but she was fouled there by Gunther. Second foul on number 35 for the Comets. Excuse me, third foul there for Gunther. That's 12 in total. Oki will check in for Gunther, who's got 3. Frazier comes out to get the inbound, gives it to Berg. Dembski's cutting along the baseline. She goes up top to Sanjul. High post, jumper, off the front of the rim and then the back as Berg and Pena vying for that rebound. Pena ultimately comes out with it. Coming down the floor with a head of steam, works inside. Layup off the side of the rim. Berg with the rebound, and now hands off to Sanjul, who's going to have Nia Dove give her a hard time all the way up the court.
And Berg with 11 rebounds already, controlling the glass.
Dembski out to Madsen. And Madsen now over to Frazier. Frazier was double teamed for a second there, but now it's a switch as Spinato is guarding Frazier. That's a mismatch down on the other block as Frazier puts up the three-pointer and gets that one to go. Anna Frazier, another three-pointer, her second of the night. And just like that, she's got 13 points. Spinato down to Hughes. Hughes goes up, blocked, and then the foul called maybe a little late on the whistle there. Check it on the replay.
Yeah, from our angle right here, nothing really we can see, but obviously the referee in a really great position to see that, and Hughes, an aggressive player, always looking to draw those fouls. So a well-earned 2 free throws here.
Hughes puts the first one in. She's now got 8 points on the night. She's 2 for 3 from the free throw line. Puts in her third. And Hannah Swider checks in for Christy Dembski. More full court pressure here. Ball comes into Swider. And it'll just be a one-on-one up the court. So not necessarily a press coming, or a zone press of that matter. No trap. It's just one-on-one full court man coverage. Frazier spinning, works inside, tries to scoop with the left hand, is fouled. Looked like Oki got her on the body before she extended that arm for the layup.
Yeah, she'll go to the line for 2 more free throws here. But just once again, a really great play there. The spin move to shield the ball from the player forcing the foul. Great play.
Frazier hits that one, and she is just such a smart player, as you said, putting her body there in between her and her defender. We've seen Hannah Frazier impact this game in big ways, even though she didn't come out with a hot start as she probably would have liked. She hits another free throw, makes her 7 for 7 from the line. She's got 15, leads all scorers. Skip pass outside, step back 3, off the board once and then off the rim. Cut inside to Pena, outside. Berg goes down underneath the hoop. Oki is there, who will put up a short jumper from just behind the block and get that one to go. It's 23-36. Swider passing up ahead to Frazier. Frazier will bring it out behind the three-point line and pick up her dribble. Hand off to Madsen, who's guarded by Spinato. Frazier, good cut along the baseline. Has the ball on the block, steps through, puts it up. No good, but gets her own rebound. Left-handed flick, and that one rolls in.
Well, she just never gives up on any of those plays. First shot, not even close to the rim. Grabs her own rebound, puts it in.
5 minutes left in this third quarter. We're halfway through, and it's 38-23. So the Thunder lead extended even more as Raynette Hughes gets that difficult shot to drop. Coming from the left side of the hoop, putting it in with the right hand.
And Hughes nearing a triple-double, 9 points, 9 rebounds, 6 steals, and 4 steals, but I mean, we've seen she can get those probably.
Pass inside to Berg, and Hughes will get called for the foul just as she swiped down on the arms of Berg on this cut. Clear call for the referee as she grabs her on both sides of Jill Berg. Sanjul will inbound from the baseline. Madsen, Frazier, Swider, and Berg stand on the corners of the paint. Out to Frazier in the corner. Spinato gets a piece of the ball, but Frazier keeps control. And now a pass looking to go inside to Berg is picked off by Pena. Pena comes down with Skinner on her left. That's where she goes. Skinner, corner 3. It's up and it's good. And UT Dallas gets their first three-pointer on the night on their 9th try. Finally getting a long-distance shot to go. Frazier, a great cut from Madsen. Madsen loses the ball. Puts it back in, saving it on the out-of-bounds line, and a great job. Good hustle play by Madsen. The Thunder still have it with 11 seconds on the shot clock. Oki called on the hand check.
Yeah, Oki just going to get a little bit too physical with Frazier there, getting in front of her in the wrong way, and it looks like Wheaton in the bonus right now, so Frazier will go to the line. That'll make all these fouls even more hurtful for UT Dallas.
UT Dallas really putting something together for the first time tonight. They're on a 5-0 run. It'll be cut short now by Frazier's free throw, but they hit 3 of their last 4 field goals, and that's the first time they've done that all night. Frazier still perfect from the stripe as it's now 9 for 9 for her. Pena, 6 points now, brings it down, guarded by Myra. We've seen Myra do a nice job on her so far tonight. 2 steals for Jordan, and then a foul called there. And that's her 4th, so she will be promptly checked out.
Yeah, 4th foul there for Myroth. We're only in the 3rd quarter, so a couple of decisions to be made as to how many minutes these foul trouble players get for Wheaton.
Spinato pump fakes once and then puts up the 3 and hits that one. Finally looking like the cap off the top of the basket lifted for Texas Dallas. 2 straight 3-pointers for them, 4 for 5 on their last 5 field goals. Sanders has checked in for the Thunder, along with Sanjul. Sanders on the block, gets the pass, drop step, steps across the lane, and finishes with the left hand. Taylor Sanders getting her first points of the year. O'Kee back to Skinner up top. Now it's Spinato. Spinato just knocked down 1 3. We'll see if she tries another. Gets it over to Skinner. Drives in right hand. Pass was tipped by Frazier. Layup missed by O'Kee. Sanjul looking to come up slowly, bringing it across half court. Sanders, like she wanted to pull the 3 for a second there. Drives to her right. She's guarded by Dove. Now over to Madsen. Swinging to Sanjul on the right wing. Up top now. And the Thunder content to send it around the outside. Frazier driving baseline, good cut inside Sanders. Sanders gets the bucket to go, but they're going to say foul was before the shot. Great play by Sanders.
Well, just once again, cutting into the basket has been so effective for the Thunder. We've seen Madsen a couple times, Myroth a couple times, and now Sanders getting to the rim. Really great play.
And I'm sure that pass from Frazier could have gotten either Madsen or Sanders as they were both making their cut kind of in the same area. Madsen did a good job to step away and not fight for it from Sanders. Sanders hits the first free throw. Again, the shot didn't count, but because they're in the bonus, she will shoot. And she hits 2. Brings the Thunder lead back up to 13.
Yeah, we saw Dallas on a quick run, but Sanders coming in a quick 4 points kind of just ruins that nice little run Dallas was on, and now they have another hole to get out of.
Dove drives towards the block, out to O'Kee. O'Kee back to the top of the key. There's a 3-pointer pulled by Skinner, and it bounces soft off the back iron and falls in. 3 3-pointers in their last 3 for UT Dallas. Outside Sanders on the wing, lead cut to 10 once again. Frazier, top of the key, looks to go out to the right side. Now a foul called underneath the basket. We'll see who that official got the foul on there. Looks like it's on Nia Dove. It's going to be here underneath as she just tries to get Sanders behind her. And you can't really falter on that one. Big size difference between those two players. Dove, who's 5'4", going up against Sanders, who's 5'10", just trying to get some sense of control in the paint. Sanders misses that free throw. Dove gets the quick rebound and now wants to push out, but she doesn't have numbers. Goes back to Skinner. Skinner up top, warns men. And now Pena has it on the left wing. Guarded by Sanjul. Sanjul and Myroth teamed up to do most of the duties against Pena tonight. Stutter step, works inside and draws the foul. That's a great little change of direction by Pena.
Yeah, we've seen from her a couple times. She likes the jump shot, but she's just as effective driving in. Look at this on Frazier. Quick move. She's going to draw her out. Great play there from Pena.
Foul will go against Swider. 4 team fouls for the Thunder this quarter. 1 more and they'll be in the bonus. It's off the side of the rim. Hannah Frazier now up to 19 for the Thunder. Hughes to 11 for the Comets. Pena missing both, and that's uncharacteristic of her. As we talked, 80% free throw shooter last year. So the Thunder get away with a good foul there. Sanjul bringing it up the court quickly into the corner. Madsen dribbles left, then right, gets past her defender, and then foul called underneath. That foul will go against Caitlin Judge, who just checked in. She was guarding Madsen on that drive. We see number 00, Natalie Miller, come in. Madsen hits the free throw.
Wheaton 16 for 18 from the free throw line. Lots of free points there in this game.
And there's another for Madsen. Once again, a familiar 13-point lead for the Thunder. That seems kind of the number they've been hung on here. A lead was at one point up to 15, but since then it's simply stayed pretty steady around this 10 to 13-point mark. That ball was tipped, it looked like, at the end by Dembski. Referee saying that it should stay with UT Dallas. We're under a minute left in the third quarter. Off the screen, frees up some space. Euro step inside, trying to pass down to Miller there, and now falling on the ball are the Thunder. We'll see if they get the timeout. Instead, it's a jump ball. And it will be Wheaton's ball. You see Sanders getting on that one. You like to see these hustle plays from the Thunder because it seemed like in the first half, UT Dallas was a little more eager to get on the floor and go for those loose balls than the Thunder were.
I think just maybe recognizing, or UT Dallas recognizing just how their aggressiveness maybe be shooting themselves in the foot, all those turnovers, and now playing a little bit more of a calm style of game.
Swider has it up top. Over now to Sanjul. In the corner to Berg. Outside to Dembski. Dembski, Swider, short corner jumper, knocks it down. Hannah Swider. A clean jump shot. Brings the Thunder back up to 15, which again ties their largest lead of the night. Pena now bringing it out with 10 seconds, letting the clock run, milking it for all it's going to be worth here. Holding, looks like, for a last shot. 5 seconds now. Gets a screen up top, switched on to Dembski. Deep three-pointer blocked, and the Thunder will hold on to it to end the quarter. Going into fourth quarter, up 49-34, so able to extend their lead since halftime, and the Thunder really looking good at this point.
Well, UT Dallas had those couple of minutes where they were hitting really big threes, but then Wheaton coming down on the other end of the floor, getting free throws, and that's what's so important to this game. A team like UT Dallas getting on those shooting streaks early, getting those three-pointers, that could be dangerous, but Wheaton goes down to the other side of the floor. They draw the foul, they stop the game, get 2 quick points. I said earlier, now 17 for 19. That's 89% from the free throw line, an incredible number and a testament to just how much hard work these girls have put in over the offseason to get those numbers up. But right now, game plan going really well for Wheaton, and then down low, just nothing going for UT Dallas. Just the sheer size of the Thunder really stopping everything.
And they did a good job there, kind of reeling things back in defensively. Like you said, after a couple three-pointers there, they held UT Dallas scoreless for the last 2 minutes of that quarter. And especially on that last play where we saw everyone in the building knew Pena was going to take that final shot. Dembski just did a good job of not fouling, giving her a little space. Even if that shot hadn't got blocked, that's a real deep step-back three-pointer for Pena. A good defensive play to end the quarter, which is a little indicative of how the Thunder have been playing so far. We head back out to start things up here. The fouls will reset, so the Thunder will have a little more time before they get back to the line, but if anything, will go to show what these fouls will be like. The previous 3 quarters have been pretty physical. A lot of fouls from both of these teams. The Thunder committing 13, UT Dallas committing 18, and there's another one. It's going to add to that total for UT Dallas.
I mean, that's just been the story of the game so far. Look, anybody just watching this play would not really know what's going on, but you see a bump down low. It's definitely a foul. The refs are seeing it, and the refs are calling everything.
Dembski dribbling up the sideline, then cutting it back into the middle as Spinato provides the defensive coverage. Swider outside, dribbles up across the top, over to Frazier. Now Frazier, who's guarded by Gunter, comes back to the top of the key, over to Dembski now. Inside Frazier, bobbles the ball, but is able to control it. Drives inside with the right, spin move to the left, little layup, no good. Outlet pass to Hughes. Swider, the only one back. Hughes comes in, blocked by Swider. Good defensive effort there as Swider knew it was a one-on-one against Hughes.
Yeah, Swider getting involved in the block party now, staying strong, staying upright. Really, really smart play there. Still UT ball, but well done to prevent that fast break.
Hughes gets the inbound pass from the baseline. Goes back outside to UT Dallas. Up now, fouled, although that layup just went straight into the rim. Hughes will head to the line for 2.
Hughes 4 for 14 from the field today, but she does have to remain aggressive as one of the better players for UT Dallas, one of the leaders on this team, both offensively and defensively. Now the lead down to 14 from 15. She just has to keep up that tenacity or else the Comets really won't have a chance.
That one drops. For Hughes, we see still UT Dallas pressuring Dove, who's got 4 fouls for the Thunder. Now we see a double team. Dembski goes down, is able to get it out to Sanjul, and then taken away there by Dove. We'll see Sanjul, I think, going to be called on the foul there as she tried to reach back in after Dove made that steal. But wow, that was a defensive burst there by UT Dallas that resulted in a turnover. Skinner inbounds. And we'll see if UT Dallas resorts to trapping a little bit more here in this fourth quarter as it worked to good results there. Acrobatic shot made. A little double clutch layup there from Hughes. Here's a trap again in the corner by Dembski. Pena comes over now and she'll be called for the foul. So as it's happened 2 possessions in a row now, we'll see if this is something that UT Dallas is just going to put on every now and then to try to get some turnovers, or if they result into more of a trapping defense for the rest of this 8.5 minutes.
Yeah, they're playing really high right now. So you can see Dove just trying to pick up Sanjul right when she gets the ball.
Frazier inside, kicks out to Swider. Swider three-pointer, and she hits it. Timeout called by Coach Madsen. But that moves the Thunder lead to 52-38.
Well, that's what's going to happen. You're leaving people open when you're trying to play more aggressive. When you're setting up these double teams, someone's always going to be open. That lineup for Wheaton, lots of shooters on the floor. Swider, when she's wide open, she's going to knock that one down almost every time. So really great job recognizing this game plan of UT Dallas and just trying to exploit it.
Well, interesting to see right after a 3. A lot of times if a team hits a quick three-pointer, you'll see the other team's coach call a quick timeout to kind of get their team back into shape. Coach Madsen now the one to call the timeout after Swider hits the 3. I think that's because he wants to make sure his team is prepared for that trapping defense if UT Dallas comes at them again with it.
And that's just a veteran move from Coach Madsen, just recognizing that he's up. And the most important thing right now isn't to score more points, but to prevent UT Dallas from going on these large runs.
Outside now to Hughes. Pena has it outside, guarded by Sanjul. You see Frazier hedging the screen now. Great pass underneath, reverse layup. That one's good. And that just goes to show how great of a creator Pena is. She doesn't have to put it in, but she dribbles down to the block and then a great bounce pass over to Gunther.
Yeah, and since Gunther's come back in, Frazier no points against her.
And now a steal going the other way. Renette Hughes underneath, and one! Swider fouls her from behind, and Hughes puts the bucket in.
Well, this is what gets interesting. Right here, Hughes in a great position. Swider looked like that one could have been legal, but obviously the referee's much better vantage point than we have here. But suddenly the lead is 10, the lowest it's been for a while, and Hughes with a chance to put it into single digits.
Yeah, this will be interesting as you saw Coach Madsen call that timeout, wanting to figure out the offensive approach to that trapping defense. And then right after the timeout, their team gives it away again. Hughes misses the free throw, so it's still 52-42. But now we see this really high trap. Frazier in the middle. Gets the ball off Pena. 10-second violation called against the Thunder. And as the referees have been stringent throughout the night, they will continue to be so here on the 10-second violation. I think the Thunder were just simply surprised by that one. Pena has it with 7.5 minutes to go. Goes out to Renette Hughes. Gunther down low. Little defensive miscue allows her to get to the bucket freely and put in the two-pointer. Over now to Dembski. There's Sanjul. Sanjul outside to Dembski now. Frazier out to Madsen. Madsen picks up her dribble. She's swarmed by Pena immediately. Double team on Frazier down on the block. 7 minutes, just 10 to go on the shot clock. A lot of defensive pressure from this Comets team. Elbow jumper, in and out, rebounded, Gunther. But Madsen's right there to get a hand on it. She can't tie it up long enough for a jump ball. So now Pena, long outlet pass to Hughes. Quick layup is no good. Tipped out of bounds by Skinner. And the Thunder will get it back, and they'll get a little time to breathe.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Just a lot of frantic play there from the Thunder, and that's a byproduct of this press. UT Dallas, a very quick team, very quick to get the ball out, very quick to enact those presses. And as we see Jordan Myroth back into the game, a veteran presence, a veteran distributor, that should help Wheaton a lot.
Great ball handler, great defender, although she does have 4 fouls. So a little bit of a trade-off here for Coach Madsen with 6:44 to go. There's the trap in the corner, out to Frazier, wide open three-pointer, lets it fly and drops it. And like you said before, Don, outside shooting is a way to beat this trap. Pass down low to Gunther. Gunther gets that one to go. Looked like Frazier may even got a hand on that one, but Gunther powers through and puts in the bucket.
Really smart play from Pena there. She's got to move quickly. Just over 6 left in this game, and there's still a pretty big deficit in answering Frazier's three-pointer.
The lead is now cut to 9, into single digits for the first time in a while. Madsen out beyond the three-point line. Over to Myroth, and now down low to Berg. Berg turns, hook shot, off the rim, hard, and rebounded by Gunther. Gunther, we've called her name a lot recently. She's up to 6 rebounds, 8 points already. Great move by Pena, gets inside, floater, off the rim. Berg pulls it down, but she's swamped by 3 UT Dallas players. It'll be a foul against the Comets.
Yeah, just look at the heart of these Comets players. All 3 of them going after that ball. Neither one of them wanted to give it up to the other. They do give up the foul, but I do like the hustle of these Comets players.
That's something you're always taught as a player, especially a smaller player who's not going to be up there getting a lot of rebounds, is as soon as that big man brings it down, get your hands on it. And that's what they did there. 3 players, Dove, Gunther, and Pena, all surrounding Jill Berg, and although they are called for the foul, that's a good job there by them. Now Dove called on the little bit of shove from the back. That'll be her 5th foul of the night.
Yeah, just another pretty unnecessary foul, I think, there from Dove, and as you said, that's her 5th, so the Comets without one of their better guard defenders.
Myroth short on the free throw by a lot. She'll get another chance to redeem herself here, though. It's 55-46. She gets a chance to extend the lead back up to 10, and there she does. Cool, calm, and collected. Puts that one in. 5.5 minutes now to go. UT Dallas seems to have a little momentum in their favor as they're playing a more physical brand of basketball here in these last couple minutes. Frazier, a great steal, reaching up over her head to grab that one on the pick and roll. Myroth works past Hughes. Myroth taking it all the way into the basket, trying to pass to the corner, picked off by Pena. Pena working ahead. Has Skinner on her left, but drives to the hoop, puts in the layup. And now I think the Thunder have to avoid playing to the style that UT Dallas wants them to play to, and that's to that frantic pace that they've been trying to keep up. It's going to only result in turnovers here. Ball security should be your most important priority. Frazier drives in, blocked by Pena. And that's not something you'd think you'd hear a lot, is Pena, the much smaller player, 5'5", compared to Frazier's 6'1".
And Frazier taking that one to the rim with 16 left on the shot clock. And just like you said, they're falling into this trap of playing to UT Dallas' strength. They really need to take time and get a good shot, just like that.
And there's Dembski. She gets that one off nicely, but it does rim out. Pena brings it up the court. Now down only 8. Skinner, wide open three-pointer. Just in and out, but Raina Hughes the rebound. Frazier grabbing it over Hughes. And we can just see the heart of both of these teams showing itself now in the waning minutes of this game. We knew it was going to be a good one between the 12th and 14th ranked teams heading into the season. Right now the Thunder on top. Over to Frazier. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Berg has it on the edge of the three-point line. Driving in, puts up the layup. It's no good. Rebounds Skinner. Out to Hughes. Hughes coming straight to the basket. Blocked, and great defense by Frazier. Doesn't swing down with the arm, stays straight up and gets the clean block. Now the Thunder have to get it across half court. They do. Frazier going in, left hand, stripped and fouled. Byron at Hughes.
Yeah, Frazier once again being very aggressive, getting to the basket. And as Hughes comes around, from where we're saying that looked like it was ball, but once again, Frazier to the line, 9 for 9 from the free throw line today, contributing to those 22 points. She leads all scorers.
And if she's able to hit both here, that's going to be great for the Thunder, trying to keep the Comets at arm's distance here as we come down into the final 3 minutes. Get the lead back up to double digits. She does. 58-48, timeout. Kent Madsen of the Thunder, and once again, I think this is going to be a timeout where Madsen really sits his team down and says, look, we know exactly what they're trying to do to us. They want us to play fast. They want us to turn the ball over. And we just simply can't do that. If we hold on to the ball, if we're smart with it, if we work for good shots, we're going to be able to get out of this game and escape this defensive pressure.
Well, just every time they move quickly, not only do they get a less selective shot off, one that isn't going to go in as much, but they also give the Comets more time to score on the other end. And of course, the Comets have been scoring very quickly. They've been going down with that run and gun offense, a lot of fast breaks, a lot of aggressive plays, but every time Wheaton takes a bad shot with 20, 15, even 10 seconds still on the shot clock, they're giving more time for the Comets to get back in this game. And 10 points, it might seem like a big lead, but 2 threes, and it's a 4-point game.
Exactly. And now, with that 3:45 to go, they'll head out of the timeout here. The Thunder will be in the bonus, which obviously plays to their advantage as they've been so good from the line tonight. 20 out of 23 for 87%. They've committed only 3 team fouls in this quarter, so UT Dallas will need 2 more fouls to be committed against them before they head to the line. If you're the Thunder, you've got to avoid that as much as possible. Avoid sending the Comets to the line and giving them free points. Raynette Hughes has 4 fouls now after committing that last one, so important thing to watch for her. She'll let this ball roll out and then pick it up around half court to start this final 4 minutes of the fourth quarter. Out to Hughes. Hughes gets down on the block. Berg jumps on the pump fake, but is able to disrupt the shot enough that it goes out until Gunther is there to follow it up with a layup of her own. Dembski over to Myroth. Myroth up now. Dembski at half court. Back to Myroth. Over to Madsen now. Madsen guarded by Hughes. And Pena going to be called on the foul there. Interesting is you'll see Myroth kind of trying to make this cut. They just get tangled. And I'm really surprised to see that foul maybe didn't go against Jordan Myroth.
Yeah, I mean, looking at that, not sure how you could say that contact could go either one way or the other, but Myroth really benefiting from the call.
Here's the free throw. 3:22 now, and we're going to start to see this clock stopping and seeming to crawl, and that's going to play to the advantage of UT Dallas. The more they can get this clock to stop, the more they can get these minutes to stretch out, the more time they've got to score and make a comeback. Hughes off the screen, stripped by Madsen. Hughes hangs onto it. Outside now to Spinato. Spinato, three-pointer, off the front of the rim, bouncing twice. It's out, but Skinner with the rebound. Driving to her right. Spinato guarded by Madsen. Crossover dribble. Looks like she wants to get a three-pointer off. Gunther moving inside, fouled by Berg. And she'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Well, just since we've seen Gunther come back into the game, she does still have the 3 fouls, but she has really been the X factor, just giving the Comets some size down low. She's made a couple really great defensive plays, and right there, drawing the foul, just like you said, free throws are going to be where the Comets need to attack.
So now 2 players on each side of the ball with 4 fouls. It's Raynette Hughes and Mia Spinato for UT Dallas. For the Thunder, it's Jordan Myroth and Jill Berg. That free throw long, bounces out, long rebound. Spinato inside, great pass to Hughes underneath the basket, and Hughes follows that one up by finishing the layup.
And Hughes, a slow start to this game offensively, but she's come alive in this second half. She leads the Comets with 19.
Dembski, pass into the corner to Myroth. Myroth gets it across the paint, but it's stolen by Spinato. Pena trying to bring the ball up past half court. And the Thunder looking frantic, as we've said. Pena outside. Screen from Hughes. Layup is good, and that one, such a soft touch off the glass. And I think if you're the Thunder, you've got to be a little disappointed here. 5 seniors on the court. And they aren't able to handle this defensive pressure as well as you would hope 5 seniors could. They've been in big games. They've been in games similar to this, but they've now let the lead be cut all the way down to 4. Madsen inside to Berg. Berg turns immediately. Great backdoor cut up to Myroth, who finishes it. Jordan Myroth gets the bucket to go. Hughes looks like she wanted to drive in. We'll pull it back out with 1.5 minutes now. The Thunder lead by 6. It's 61-55. Hughes goes in. Layup is no good. Gunter underneath, rebound, gets it back out to Hughes. Hughes stepping up, puts a layup to go. And a timeout going to be called by the Comets. 61-57. Things are tight here in King Arena in the season opener.
Yeah, Hughes, such a great player. She's so good at drawing multiple players. She's going to drive right here. Well, actually, this is the shot. Oh, this is a shot from earlier. As Pena, also great.
You're going to get a chance to see the last 4
Drawing
buckets of this one. Is there's Pena, and here will come 2 more from Hughes.
Yeah, so Pena right there. The tough look. Myroth here on the cut. That was a great bucket. Just cutting into that run that the Comets are going on, and right here, Hughes once again putting it up.
And the Thunder, what's been treating them so well on the defensive end is starting to hurt them a little bit, and that's because I think UT Dallas has begun to recognize it. The Thunder are able to get so many blocks, and they're able to make shots so hard because they draw multiple players onto the shooter. So when it's underneath, there's 3 Thunder players there, and Berg is there with Frazier and Dembski and other players, and they're able to really make the shot tough for the UT Dallas players, but then they aren't able to secure the rebound as you've got 3 players guarding 1 person. That leaves a bunch of people open to run towards the hoop, grab that rebound, and put it back up. We see the offensive rebounding totals are just crazy. 22 offensive rebounds for UT Dallas compared to 5 for Wheaton. 1 minute, 15 seconds to go. Hughes guarding Swider full court behind the back. A nice move to get free and clear some space. Now it's to Frazier. Frazier driving in with the right hand. Skinner going to be called on the body foul.
Yeah, and there's no need to rush here. No need to play anything other than what you've been doing this whole game. 30 seconds still on the shot clock there, but Frazier, good job once again drawing the foul, and she'll get more shots at the line.
Frazier gets the first to go. Once again, Frazier's been almost automatic. Up now to 25 points, which, again, we would have been shocked to hear at the beginning of this game when she got, again, her first points midway through the second quarter. Almost all of her scoring coming in the second half. Pena circling back around to take a three-pointer. And there's a foul underneath by Jill Berg. That'll be her 5th, and Raynette Hughes heads to the line for 2.
And that is so huge. Just like what you were saying a second earlier, Hughes on the weak side rebound, undersized against Jill Berg, but she's going to get the rebound off her. And then on the putback, Berg fouls out. And that is a huge blow for the Thunder. 56 seconds left in the game. This is crunch time. This is where you need your best players. This is where you need someone like Jill Berg just to anchor the block. But now they don't have her, and this game just got a whole lot more interesting.
Short on the rebound off that free throw, but they'll have another shot. That was only one shot for Hughes, so she'll take her second. We're down below a minute. There's 56.8 seconds to go. The Thunder lead by 6. Lead's cut to 5 after Hughes hits her second. We'll see number 11, Emma Warnsman, check in from Mia Spinato. More pressure from UT Dallas. Dembski dribbling it up the floor. Myroff now crossing half court with 50 seconds. Hands off to Swider. Up top to Frazier. Frazier holding onto it and handing off to Swider. Outside now to Myroth with 40 seconds to go. Madsen dribbling up top, keeping away from Skinner, and now puts up a shot with 6 to go. It's an air ball. Pena will keep it in play and look to move fast down to the other side. Up to Hughes. Hughes dribbling across the block, putting up a shot in the paint and gets it to go. UT Dallas calls a timeout with 23.3 seconds left. They trail by just 3. It's 63-60.
And it's a one-possession game for the first time since the first quarter after Wheaton really took control of this game, and it's really been Pena and Hughes the whole time. Just excellent play from the both of them, the 2 guards for this UT Dallas team. And you saw right there Pena getting the ball and then throwing it up the court for Hughes, and then an aggressive play from Hughes. Surprised she didn't draw the foul there with how much contact she got, but 23 seconds on the clock. Shot clock off right now. UT Dallas is going to have to do something to get the ball back. We'll look to see a quick foul and maybe even an attempt at a quick steal, but these are some big moments.
Yeah, Don, and the way this UT Dallas defense have played, I'm going to be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised by anything that happens here on this defensive look when they come out of the inbound. If they're going to try to trap and going to try to force a turnover without fouling, that's something that they've been able to do in the past in this game, so I wouldn't be surprised if they hold off to foul, but just as likely that they try to foul as soon as they get the ball in here. Frazier trying to get away from Gunther. Now here comes the trap. Gets across the top to Dembski, and here's the foul. They'll follow Christy Dembski, and if you're the Thunder, other than Frazier, that's really who you want the ball's hands to be in as it comes down to free throws at the end.
Yeah, Dembski, one of the best shooters on this Wheaton team, gets a lot of credit for her three-point ability.
And this one is long. Bounces out. She's not able to make this a two-possession game. She gets another chance here. This would be big. She gets that one to go, and now things just get a lot harder for UT Dallas. Pena brings it up the floor with 13 seconds to go. Pena gets a screen from Hughes behind the back pass. Hughes underneath, great one to Gunter. And Gunter's rebound is no good. Hughes gets it up, puts this one in. Timeout taken with 3.4 seconds to go. 64-62.
Well, just the Thunder have been struggling with this all game. You said those offensive rebound numbers earlier, 24-5 in favor of UT Dallas. Hughes, one of the smaller players down low there, somehow able to outjump everyone to get that offensive rebound from the missed Gunther shot. And now only down 2 points, 3.4 seconds left on the clock. It would take a miracle, but it is within reach.
They're going to have to do what they did before, try to get a steal off the inbounds pass, and that's obviously your ideal scenario. If you can get the steal without fouling, they've been so successful around the hoop, putting quick shots up. But if you are the Thunder and you're able to get it in, expect a quick foul, and then you're going to have to knock down 1 or 2 free throws. Myroth is going to be the one to throw it in, as she has been for most of this game. We see all 5 players up, trying to get the ball into Frazier's hands. It's over to Madsen. Madsen gets it, and then she's fouled with 0.5 seconds left. That UT Dallas bench Thought that Madsen had stepped out of bounds over on that right sideline. And they had kind of exploded there in indignation as Madsen was tiptoeing along the sideline. We are in an official's timeout here due to an injury down on the court. There's 0.5 seconds to go, and so it's going to be Madsen at the line. Things will be pretty much out of reach. Pena was the one to commit the foul. It was her fourth, but of course that doesn't mean a lot now. Madsen just needs to get there and put up these 2 free throws. If you're the Thunder, you've got to make sure that if there is a miss on the free throw, you can't foul. You don't want to give UT Dallas free points down on the charity stripe. Once again, it's been all Hughes recently, as she's now got 26. She's tied for Frazier to lead the game. The 2 leading scorers, Frazier and Hughes. 26 points for the both of them. 7 rebounds for Hannah Frazier. 14 for Renette Hughes. She's also got 7 steals, so that double-double was on lock. She wasn't able to get the triple-double with the steals in there, but an incredible performance from here as Mia Spinato, who is the player that's been down over on that sideline, now works her way to her feet and is helped off the floor.
And Hughes and Frazier leading the teams in scoring. As we've said a couple times, we would not have expected the game to end like that. Both of the players starting off pretty slowly offensively. Frazier had to take a couple minutes off because of some early foul trouble, and Hughes just could not seem to get any of her shots to go in, but 26 for both of them, and great showings from both of those great players tonight.
Madsen to shoot 2. And the first one is good. And really any shot you would get off if you're UT Dallas here was going to be a 3-pointer anyway. And so it all hinges on this free throw here from Madsen. Puts it up and it's good and puts things out of reach here for the Thunder. Pena looking to go deep. She's got only 5 seconds. Puts it up over her head. Warrensman touches it. Clock expires and the Thunder escape and defeat the 12th-ranked UT Dallas Comets here in the season opener at King Arena. 66-62.
Well, just a really fun showing to start this season off. Both teams, the 12th-ranked Comets of the University of Texas at Dallas, and then number 14, the Wheaton College Thunder. It ends 62-66. It wasn't a game for a while as Wheaton led by as many as 15 in the third quarter, but the Comets making it really interesting as it went down. And Hughes and Pena really at the forefront of that. Pena 10 points, but 6 assists to go with 5 rebounds and 2 steals, so a very all-around good game as we'll send it down to Abram on the floor, who has a post-game interview.
Down on the floor with Coach Madsen. And Coach, your team able to hang on and get the win here 66-62 in the season opener against this good University of Texas Dallas team ranked 12th coming in. You guys obviously ranked 14th coming out with the win tonight. How did you feel your team showed in the first game of the season?
You know, I'm really proud of the way we showed in the first game of the season. We had some players really step up because obviously we were missing Hannah Williams tonight, and so that kind of altered our lineup a lot. And they just came out and they gutted it out. They gutted it out. We knew they were going to be a great team, you know, and they showed it in the second half on how strong of a team they are, and we found a way.
And your team defensively tonight came up big. I think your team had 14 blocks on the night, as well as just making a lot of shots tough. Players like Jill Berg, really, really vital down underneath. How do you feel about just this defensive showing that your team had and how that's going to lead into the rest of the season as maybe one of your team's strengths?
Well, whenever you hold a top 10 team to 62 points, you figure you might at least give yourself a chance to win.
Yeah.
So I was really proud of that. I thought we rebounded the ball extremely well for about 3 quarters, and then we struggled in the fourth. I think a little bit of that's early season fatigue, but, you know, again, they gutted it out.
Coach, thanks for being with us. We'll see you back on Tuesday against Lakeland. Thanks, Coach. Once again, the Thunder getting the win tonight, 66-62 over the University of Texas Dallas. They will be back in action here inside King Arena this Tuesday at 6 o'clock facing off against Lakeland. Thank you for being with us here tonight on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. For everyone at WTSN, I'm Abram Erickson. Have a great night.